We're now enrolling for Saturday 5-week comprehensive medical cannabis courses. Today at 404-631-6360 for more information.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Sciences, the Holistic Cannabis Show. Yeah, with your host, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and my co-host,
Henderson.
All right, we're so happy to be back today, March the 1st, 2020. Y'all, time is going by fast. So we just want you to sit back and relax, and Mr. Hen will give you all of the ways you can watch us on social media if you would like to share.
All right, real fast here. If you're on Instagram, you can find us on manifesttv.status. On Facebook, you can find us on Status Network LLC. Periscope, status_network_. If you're a Twitterer, we can find you. You can find us on status_network. If you're an Amazon Fire Stick and Roku participant, you can look up Status Network. Boom, we're gonna be right there. If you look up Manifest TV, bam, we're gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? If you're on YouTube, you're a YouTuber. Kids love YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, you can find us on Manifest TV, and we're going to be there just like that. We're going to be there.
Yes. So we have some interesting things today. What about calling in? What's the call-in number?
You want to call in with your question, your concern, your statement, whatever you want to say, you can catch us at 470-251-4647.
That's right.
We there too.
Yeah. So we, those of us who are watching us on social media, please call us and ask your questions. We know we get some questions on Facebook and things like that. We want to hear from you. All right. And that's your opportunity to be on the TV show. All right. All right, so what's going on today?
We're going to jump right in there.
All right.
You know, we always try to stay up on the current events as it relates to cannabis.
Yes.
All right. And so last week we did a series on credit. We talked about credit, right? We talked about the importance of getting your personal credit squared away, if you will, squared away, taken care of, looked at, tended to. You want to get your personal credit because you can use your personal credit as a launch pad to finance your cannabis business, all right? And not just in cannabis in general, but if you want to open up an auto mechanic shop, you want to open up a beauty shop, you want to open up whatever type of business you want to open up, you want to try to see how you can leverage your personal financing, your personal credit, all right, as a launch pad for your business. So we've been talking about that. We're gonna touch on that. But what really took the driver's seat was the impact of the coronavirus on the cannabis industry. All right, that's what really took the driver's seat. All right, concerns looming over coronavirus impact on cannabis industry, as well as some U.S. firms could gain from the fallout. All right. Marijuana and hemp companies of all stripes, from growers to retailers, are likely to join other global industries in feeling the fallout from the coronavirus outbreak. That's largely because so much inexpensive cannabis hardware is made in China, but also stems from the economic shock the virus is inflicting on the world economy. The quickly spreading circulating virus already arrived in the U.S., Europe, and other countries, with documented cases of the illness growing all over Asian countries and upending public markets.
Right.
The main question is how and to what extent cannabis businesses will feel the impact. There will be several, according to industry experts, and their predictions mostly caused by the temporary shutdowns of Chinese manufacturing plants. But on the flip side, U.S. companies might be able to step in and fill the void.
All right.
The likely impacts on the marijuana and hemp industries include shortages of hardware manufactured in China, especially cannabis vaporizers, right? So if you have your oil and this is the way that you decide to use your medicines, your vaporizer came from China.
It sure did.
All right.
And while those people who were sick, you want to think about people who were dying of the vaping and getting that pneumonia. Was that really the coronavirus?
Possibly
It could
so.
have been.
Possibly so. Possibly
we don't
so.
know how many people who actually had a virus or had some type of upper respiratory illness due to those vape pens that were made in China. I'm just thinking about that.
Could have been an early coronavirus outbreak.
While they talking about, they talking about the person that had the coronavirus that was here in the U.S. that did not go overseas and who was not exposed to anybody else who had the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So it must have already been here.
They actually had a word for it. It was called non-traveling coronavirus outbreak.
Okay.
All right, it's a person who had never been to China, never traveled outside the country, but yet they got the coronavirus.
Right.
All right.
That's crazy.
And so when you look at all of the other aspects of the coronavirus and the cannabis industry, check this out. Your testing lab equipment is also made in China.
Well, everything is made in China, basically.
Extracting. They extract some of the oils used in the base products, like butters and stuff like that. They extract that stuff, and a lot of this stuff is extracted from China. All right. So shortfalls of raw Chinese hemp material being exported to the U.S. and elsewhere. China is a major exporter of hemp. But guess what? Yeah, your plant can get coronavirus.
No way, not my plants.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
Financial ripple effects from the downturn in stock markets further scaring off investors from cannabis, right? So because of the federal issues with cannabis, we already, fighting an uphill battle.
Oh, no.
All right, you know what I'm saying? But now, because it impacts in the stock market, you see what I'm saying? Now we're going to see the impacts financially and physically. Man, boy, that coronavirus, man, wash your hands. All right, wash your hands.
And we have a bunch of different techniques in order to get your respiratory system, and your immune system bounce back, because we know it's an immune system illness too. For those who have weakened immune system are the ones who are dying. So go ahead.
Right. So those smoke shops and vape shops who get their merchandise from China, the low end, the low cost vape pens and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah. If you got your stuff from China, guess what? You ain't gonna be getting nothing in the mail here soon. You ain't gonna get nothing in the mail.
Okay.
Because those companies shut down. Now, in the news and in the media, we hear about how companies like Apple was impacted, right? With the release of the new Apple iPhones and Apple products, most of that stuff is made from China.
Yeah.
Well, man, if you watched any videos or seen any clips where they was talking about the coronavirus in those provinces over there in China, man, it was straight ghost towns, 0 people on the streets. The markets, the little shopping markets, meat markets, street markets. China have a real big street market industry. They sell food on the street vendors and all this kind of stuff. 0 people on the streets. All right, 0 people on the streets. So the coronavirus is definitely taking a toll in a lot of areas. And so now, because it's here, if we start to see shortages or restrictions on imported manufactured products like vape cartridges or growing equipment, we can only hope that domestic manufacturers will step up and offer the most competitive prices. So you see, there is a silver lining in the cloud.
Yeah.
All right, it's some opportunities. Yeah. Remember now, at the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science, we don't just talk about dispensing or growing exclusively. We don't just talk about those two areas. We talk about how the cannabis industry is a whole supply chain unto itself, right? So it definitely creates opportunities for domestic firms, for domestic people and manufacturers who can make these vape pens, so they can be able to, take advantage, if you will, take advantage of what's going on with the coronavirus.
That's right.
Right? We start making our own products.
That's right.
Start making our own money.
We start making our own lab equipment, our own everything. And so where does that do to our economy? It boosts up our economy even more, but we got to get up and get it done. And so we also got to take care of our bodies. So I'm going to come back with some information on how you can take care of your body and make sure you don't have the symptoms, and if you do, what to do for the viruses. All right?
All right, and so it can also, they went on to say that it can also impact how merchandise that we ship to China. So it's not just a one-sided type of deal. It's a two-way street with this coronavirus.
And the exports.
The imports and the exports are affected because in China, if the coronavirus is still running rampant, who's going to work the import side of things, bringing things into China, right? We know we got a large investment deal with China. And so it could impact a lot of different ways. All right, so y'all just kind of keep your eyes open for that. All right. Also, in other news, we wanted to give y'all some information about cannabis stocks. All right. Speaking of, we were just talking about how investment opportunities. 5 hot cannabis stocks to snatch up. All right, when looking for stocks to light up a portfolio, the cannabis sector might not be the first place that comes to mind. Those following the industry have seen the situation go from bad to worse, with high tax rates and supply issues bogging down the U.S. market. Meanwhile, its neighbor to the north in Canada hasn't been faring much better. Regulatory-based issues with supply have led to widespread shortages and bottleneck. And the situation also isn't helped by the fact that several names in the marijuana games struggle with financing. Again, that's something that we talk about in Module 5, financing, all right? And the issues around financing the cannabis industry. However, Wall Street professionals remind investors that while the industry as a whole is certainly facing headwinds, there are still some hidden gems capable of delivering hefty returns. With this in mind, we use tip ranks to zero in on 5 cannabis stocks, not to mention all the tickers boast serious upside potential from the current share price. So we have True Leaf Cannabis, which is on the stock market, abbreviated TCNNF. This is a company that's based in Florida. True Leaf Cannabis Corporation prides itself on being a trustworthy cannabis producer. All of its plants are grown in an environment that was designed to reduce unwanted chemicals and pests, keeping those processes as natural as possible. It is a vertically integrated company and a significant player in the space. It is Florida's top cannabis provider, boasting 43 dispensaries in the state, as well as operations in Connecticut, California, and Massachusetts. And so its peers trail behind. Suterra is another one. Its closest competitor only operates 37 stores. On top of this, the company's THC and CBD market share lands at 51%, coming in miles ahead of cannabis names. All right. And so Even though smokable flower has only been available since the second half of 2019, the company saw yearly sales reach 9,600 pounds. Just for reference, Ohio's entire cannabis market sold 7,000 pounds of all types of cannabis in 2019. We believe that management has effectively anticipated market changes in the past and quickly executed. We believe that the next phase in Florida market will likely be the introduction of edibles, which True Leaf is already currently prepared to commence manufacturing for this product category. All right. So it makes sense then that the analyst left his buy call and $15 per share unchanged. Should the target be met, shares could be in for a 12-month gain of 53%. All right. So that means when you buy it at $15, multiply $53, and that's going to be your return.
Oh, wow.
All right. The other one is Cresco Labs. Cresco Labs, abbreviated as CRLBF, is based in Chicago, and it is also vertically integrated and have interest in 11 states and 21 dispensaries with licenses for an additional 10.
Right.
All right. Adding to the good news, it can further expand its presence in the states thanks to a new credit facility that includes an initial amount of up to $100 million. Right. All right, so that way they can make a lot of money. They are into adult recreational markets, which is expected to increase from $250 million to over $2 billion in the next few years. And that's a whole lot of money. His shares is going for $8 a share. All right, and so when they roll off, they're gonna climb. They're expected to climb 74% over the next 12 months. All right, $8 a share times 74. All right.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
Right.
Green Thumb Industries. All right, they make flour. All right, but they operate in the medical space, in the medicinal cannabis. They are abbreviated on the stock exchange as GTBIF. All right, their shares have climbed 24% from the beginning of last year to today. Right. They already boast $161 million in sales over the past 4 quarters and 41 stores in the United States. The Illinois market alone could see its value hit $2.5 billion at maturation.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole lot of money, right? Their price was $13 per share, and their share could go up 76% per share. Per share. All right.
Wow.
Right. That's a whole lot of money. Wow. That's a whole lot of money on the table in this cannabis. All right. And so, so those who are looking to capitalize in the cannabis space and make some money in the cannabis space, you definitely want to look into investing in the stocks. All right. Not everybody want to be a grower or a dispensary.
All right.
All right.
All right. Awesome. So y'all heard it here first, the cannabis stock. So those who are interested in investing in the cannabis industry, we want to go ahead and get you all going. Please rewatch this. If you're just coming in, just tuning in, we are the Holistic Cannabis Show. We want to say congratulations to all of our graduates. If you look up, you see the wonderful cake that we had for our graduates. If you weren't able to come out, we want to congratulate you again. Please come by and get your certifications. We also wanted to say that we went out to the GAMCC, the Georgia Access to Medical Cannabis Commission meeting yesterday on Saturday, and it was really a wonderful commission meeting. It was a lot of important cannabis industry leaders. We want to give a big shout out to those people who came, Ms. Tiana and more, Dr. Hodge, all of those who came out to the industry meeting. Thank you all for coming out. We needed that leadership. We need more of us to stand together. I think that was a powerful movement for us to show our faces, to let the lawmakers and the committee know that, hey, we're here and we're ready to do some work here in Georgia. So that really meant a lot for us. We also have a small clip video, if we can show that here in a few minutes, that is in our Messenger, and we'll have that, maybe 2 minutes of that going on here in just a minute. But we also wanted to just say that Georgia has a bill that is arresting people for having both the flower, hemp flower, and cannabis. So you're gonna now get arrested if this bill passes through the House. And so we're all concerned and praying about that bill not passing through. So if we can, get that halted, call your Congress, call your senators, and make sure that that bill does not get passed through the crossover to the other side, because they're actually trying to arrest people. And who has time for that? I mean, you're going to lose your job if you get arrested for a small, ounce of weed. I mean, quarter of an ounce. I don't know what they call it, but they are starting to arrest for anything. It could be hemp flower. So if they don't have the testing equipment to test these products on the streets, so they're arresting because they're saying that they can't tell the difference. All right. So we're going to show a few minutes of this video, and we'll enjoy.
Two separate incidences, only a week apart. There was the VA in Dublin and the VA in Atlanta here. A veteran took his bike in the parking lot of the VA hospital. So rather than walking, and so obviously the system in place is not working. And there has been multiple studies that prove that cannabis does help with PTSD, chronic pain, and all these issues that are plaguing our veterans. So I don't know this gentleman or his background really, and I would like to see the data and research.
Can y'all put him out?
People who need access to care, including veterans, should get access to care. So we're going to do that.
Right. Obviously, and the thing that the way the thing stands now, veterans have twice the suicide rate of the normal population. And I have a personal experience when I came back from the Gulf War with people.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what he was actually saying was how he was representing the veterans for the Veterans for Cannabis, and how there's a suicide rate has gone down since cannabis been available for veterans. And there was another doctor who came in from Texas who was like, suicide rates went up due to cannabis. And so we were like, put him out,
He almost got evicted from the meeting.
Yeah, he almost got evicted from the meeting because, I'm a veteran, and I know cannabis helps. CBD cannabis, however you want to call it, hemp marijuana. CBD has caused me to feel better. It caused a lot of veterans to even still be here today. So we're promoting and asking for this, while there's this doctor coming in and saying how that is evidence that it's not, and so we were upset about that. But thank goodness we had a representative from the Veterans for Cannabis to go ahead and let them know the truth.
Yeah, that was real nice to attend that.
Yes.
To attend that. I met a lot of people.
Yes.
I even had a chance to speak to some of the people that is serving on that commission.
Yes.
And so we'll be looking forward to having them
coming on the show.
Yeah. All right. So you can
tune
hear
in
it
next
directly.
week.
You can hear it directly from the commission.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, that was real nice opportunity, and I appreciate them for wanting to come on the show to answer any questions about the state of cannabis in Georgia. All right, so we'll definitely be looking out for them. All right, and so this week we have what is a credit score. A credit score is a number used by financial institutions to determine your worthiness in extending that credit, all right, to you. So we will continue with our discussion on cannabis and credit and next week.
All right. And so take precautions. Know that there are alternatives to the coronavirus treatments. Germ safety. Make sure you keep your hands clean. Make sure you cover your mouth when you're coughing. Make sure when you're going out that you're practicing good hygiene and health. A lot of the people who have died were having poor hygiene problems. We want to make sure we keep our immune system boosted up. There is immune boosters such as the echinacea. There is different things like the lethe tree, good for cough, is good for immune system, probiotics, your vitamin D's. Make sure you're taking your vitamins to boost your immune system and keep yourself healthy and safe. All right. Until next week, we want to thank you again for joining us on the Holistic Cannabis Show with your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson and Mr.
Henderson.
There
We're
you
going to
go.
see y'all next
See
week
you
now.
next
We're going to
week.
see you next week. We out of
Thanks
here.
for watching.
We out of here.
All right.